So my mother-in-law watches the videos from France every week because she wanted so badly to learn how to read Torah. She doesn't have any opportunity to read Torah in France.
Just watching, you're teaching her.
Right, yeah, and she has no opportunity to learn how to do this in France. So it's just been sort of a dream come true for her to be able to learn trope. But so she gave me one piece of constructive criticism. She said, no talking, no, not so much talking, more repetition. Okay, so I'm taking her advice. We're going to do more repetition. Thank you. We're going to do more repetition, and just really make sure, just focus on that to get the little melodies and the words in our mouths.
Just the funny thing that happened is Sherman called me,
and
I said, I can't talk to you. I'm a trope. Every time when I do it, I go for the phone because you can hear the phone ring.
Oh.
Every time I go there, and I'm getting used to it now.
Is your phone shut off right now?
You know what? I just turned it on because I gotta call my daughter. She's coming home.
Okay. By the way, I had my first trope class with my new fifth graders at Cohen Hillel, teaching them the same thing in the same way. They loved it. They were so excited, and so it's fun. We're starting a Torah reading epidemic here. So let's review. Let's just start by reviewing the trope, okay? As we have. Oh, and Betty was saying, so I want to make sure that I understand if this would be helpful. I do have a sheet with every trope in a paragraph, sort of like that. But so they don't repeat like this. It's just merchati pcha munachet achta, merchati pcha merchat so pasuk. Kadma mapach pashta. It's like one paragraph with every trope once. What I can do is I can record that. I can hand out maybe next week that paragraph and record that for you, just so that you have this basic template to refer to. So let's start by reviewing these. Okay, you ready? With your hand motions, should they work for you? Okay. Merchati pcha munach et nachta. So I'm trying to get this so that it sees me. Merchati pcha merchat sof pasuk. Good. That was the next one. Now we're going to go mapach pashta. Mapach pashta munach chaton. Let's just continue here. Pashta munach chaton. Munach. Do it again. Munach chaton. Very good. Mapach pashta chaton. Good. Very good. Do you want to go through the other lines of the first two?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that again. Can't get enough review. Okay, you ready? Merchati pcha
munach et nachta.
Very good. Wait, give it a little tipcha. It's not 100% necessary, but it gives a tipcha sort of a separate sound. I find it helps when we're learning. So tipcha
munach et nachta.
And for munach, try to go down a few steps. Munach. Try it.
Munach
et nachta. Good.
Merchati pcha et nachta.
Good.
Tipcha et nachta.
Very good. Let's do this one again. Tipcha
munach et nachta.
Beautiful. Good job. Now we're going to do our so pasuk. Oh, and what is this? What is this considered in punctuation at nachta? Semicolon. Beautiful. Now our so pasuk phrases. What's so pasuk in punctuation? Period. Beautiful. Okay. So merchat.
Merchati pcha merchat sof pasuk.
Beautiful.
Tipcha merchat.
Oh, that's not a munach. What is that?
I'm sorry.
Mercha, right? So we go Tikha, Mercha, Sopasuk. Very good. Mercha, Tikha, Sopasuk. Very good. Tikha, Sopasuk. Now we have this again. Let's do it again. You ready? Mahapashta. Nice. And so I hear a little bit of confusion there. So Pashta Munach Katon. Try it again. Pashta Munach Katon. Very good. Munach Katon. Beautiful. Mahapashta Katon. Very good. Pashta Katon. Awesome. And just look sideways because I don't feel like tilting it. So we have Kadma Ma Pashta Munach Katon. Now we have Kadma again. Kadma Ma Pashta Katon. Very good. So you got that Kadma. So Kadma is when you've got the Katon phrase, but you have an extra word in there, and you need to give it something. So you give it Kadma. Try it. Kadma. Good. Ma Pashta Munach Katon. Now, did we do these? Yeah.
Yes.
We did. All right. So Kadma v'Azla. You ready? Kadma v'Azla. Munach Rivi. Now Munach, remember Munach? He's that insecure guy who is different. So we had Munach Katon, very good, and now we have Munach Rivi. So you hear how Munach sounds different?
So it goes up and it comes down.
Yeah, Munach Rivi.
Is this the one you see most often? No.
You see them.
All the
Munach
time.
Katon, you see all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So that one you see.
Yeah. So we have. Let's try again. Kadma v'Azla. Kadma v'Azla. Munach Rivi. Very good. Now Kadma v'Azla. Kadma v'Azla. Rivi. Good. Munach Rivi. Now we have our funny one, right? Munach Rivi. Let's try that one again. Munach. Good. Munach Rivi. Beautiful. Any questions so far?
So what's the name of that final one?
This one?
Yeah.
Technically, the way I was always taught is that munach was called munach legarme. That's what I was. But you could just say munach. Keep it simple, right?
What is the difference between that and the Munach?
Yeah, it's different. So you just have to know when it's in this context, this exact context, that's what it sounds like.
It's like dissecting the Torah parsha.
Yeah, I mean, in a way. So we're gonna get that, right? Did we do this?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Darga. Very good. Mercha Tivi. So Mercha sounds different, right? Mercha. Try it. Mercha Tivi. You're good. Tivi. Beautiful. Let's do this whole page again because it's harder.
Mercha, when it with Tika, doesn't really say much.
Mercha.
That's it.
Yeah, but here it's different. Mercha. Try it.
Yeah,
You want to try it? Beautiful. Exactly. Yeah. Mercha. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So here, let's do this whole page again. You ready? Darga Tivir. Mercha Tivir. Beautiful. And we're gonna apply it to the words in a second. I just want to go through everything. We didn't do this yet.
No.
Okay. Good news. We're almost done with these. Okay, we've got this page. This page. That's just Yativ, but you know what Munach Katon is. We've got a little bit, a few pages. But those are things that are much, much less frequent. So before we learn any new ones, let's look at here at our Torah reading, and let's apply it. Okay. Okay. So what do we have? Let's look from the beginning. Let's name our trope. Name our trope. Kadma v'azla. So let's stop from Kadma v'azla first, because the next part is sort of a weird phrase. So how does Kadma v'azla go?
Kadma v'azla.
Beautiful. Good. Did everybody have that? Let's try it again.
Kadma v'azla.
Can we either sing it with the words or read the words? Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it like a nice choir. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Vayanu b'nei Yaakov. Very good. We're over here. Good. Let's once more. Vayanu b'nei Yaakov. Good. Now we have this sort of kadma. Sometimes you see kadma just random, and here it's just random. It's like we needed an extra word, you know. So we have. So tell me, what do we have? We have kadma, mercha. Now we know what mercha tavir. So let's stop there for a second. We know what mercha tavir sounds like, right? How does that go? Mercha tavir. Yeah, good. Mercha tavir. Yeah. So how does that go with the words? Sorry, my fault. Good. Ve'et chamor aviv. Good. So now for Shechem, we have kadma. Shechem. Oh, sorry. Et Shechem. Thank you. Et Shechem. Ve'et chamor aviv. There's a little et there from the previous line. So let's sing it together. Et Shechem. Ve'et chamor aviv. Good. From the beginning. Vayanu b'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et chamor aviv. Perfect. What do we have next? Tipcha et nachta. Very good. Tipcha. Let's sing it together. Tipcha. Let's try that again. Et nachta. Ready? Tipcha. Good with the words. B'mirma Vaida Beru. Vaida Beru. Vaida Beru. Very good. From the beginning. Vayanu v'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et chamor aviv. B'mirma Vaida Beru. Good. What do we see now? Munach Katon, right? How does that go? Munach Katon. Good. With the words Asher Timei. I'm having trouble doing this. All right. Good. From the beginning. Vayanu v'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et chamor aviv. B'mirma Vaida Beru Asher Timei. What do we have now? Tipcha. Good. How does that go? Tipcha. Try it again. Good. Let's do that again. Tipcha, mercha, sof pasu. That's why I like to give the tipcha, because it gives it its own sound. So we know what to start with. Tipcha, Merchat, Sof Pasuk. Now with the words. Et Dina Achotam. Again. Et Dina Achotam. Very good. From the beginning. Vaya'anu V'nei Yaakov Et Shechem Ve'et Chamor Aviv B'mirma Vaydaberu Asher Timei Et Dina Achotam. Very good. Very good. And I bet if you tried it on the other side, you might even know it by now, that line. You want to try it? Ready? Let's just try. All right. Ready? We're going to try on the Torah side, just for fun. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vaya'anu v'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et Chamor Aviv b'mirma vaydaberu asher timei. I cheated. Et Dina Achotam. So I had to cheat on Asher Timei. I sort of looked. But for the most part, we knew it.
So how do you know when you're reading it that there's a semicolon there?
You just have to memorize it.
You just have to memorize
But I think you did pretty well. I mean, I heard you. You knew it. Most of it. It just takes practice. I'm just going to sit for a second. It just needs to get into our muscle memory.
You just have to know.
I get a little tied up with Viet Chamor Aviv. Because it's...
Ve'et Chamor Aviv. It's just practice, yeah?
Someone told me that it's cheating in the beginning, but sometimes it's helpful just to put a line where the pasuks are.
I wouldn't.
No.
I wouldn't, because then I would become...
You're going to lean on it.
Yeah, it doesn't force you to actually learn it. Okay. But I think it actually is counterproductive.
Really?
I do. But what we're doing, I mean, it's sort of the hard way, but there's no better way, I think. Just that kind of repetition. And remember last week I talked about sewing pieces together? That helps. Your brain wants to remember things in order, So always going back to the beginning, right? And going back to the beginning, sewing the pieces together from the beginning. Your brain just wants to remember it that way. Now, what happens then, right? We end up knowing the beginning so much better than the end. So then you start playing little games with it, and you take like the last pasuk, and you just practice that from the beginning of the last pasuk. And then you sew that to the pasuk before it, and you start to, if you have A, B, C, D, you learn D, master D, then do C and D. Then do B, C, D, A, B, C. So you play games with it starting from the end to try to, but there's no better way than getting it into your muscle memory. And that's also, it's beautiful because it really helps us internalize the text. When you really know a Torah reading, it's like you've just internalized the text, the Torah. It's beautiful. I believe that's probably part of the reason why we still have this tradition, right? Why they didn't just, it's snowing, wow. Yeah. Why they didn't just put vowels in the Torah.
I have a question.
It would have been easier, yeah.
Any idea when this started?
When it started?
Who started Trope?
Well, public Torah reading started with Ezra.
Yeah.
And that was done. That's how we started with the Monday and Thursday Torah readings, because those were the market days. That's when people were around. Okay. So that's when we started. I have to get back to you on the exact when they codified the trope and the vowels, I believe, at approximately the same time. So there are actually some differences in opinion on some words, and there are even sort of rabbinic conversation. Is this word like this word, or is it that word? Two words that are similar, but because there were no vowels in the Torah, depending on the vowels, it could have had one meaning or another. So there's actual rabbinic conversation about that, So at some point the vowels were codified. They said this is what it means, and the trope. But I'll get back to you on it.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Ask Reb Google. He's my
Reb
favorite.
Google?
My rabbi. And Rev Wikipedia is a close second. I would know had I paid better attention in cantorial school.
Right.
I've never been great at the history. I was a bad student. So you guys have done fantastically so far. So let's actually continue on the second pasuk. Now we're focusing not on new trope, but we're focusing on applying the trope that we know so well to the words. So our next pasuk 14. Right? Oh, what do we have? Beautiful. Munach Revi'i. How does that go? Oh, wait.
No, that's not.
That's Munach Katon. That's how Munach acts with Katon. How does Munach act with Revi'i? Munach. Thank you. Revi'i. Try it again. Munach Revi'i. Perfect. With the words. Vayomeru Alehem. Very good. What do we have? Oh, do a Vayomeru Alehem just for fun. Vayomeru Alehem. Beautiful. What do we have now? Two pashtas. That's funny. Yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Two pashtas. Then we have munach katon, and that was the right munach katon. So let's go for it. Ready? Mapach pashta pashta munach katon. That's cool, huh? Let's do it again. Mapach pashta. I know. Pashta munach katon. Beautiful. With the words. Lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh. Let's do it again. Lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh. Let's go back to the beginning of the pasuk. Vayomeru. Vayomeru alehem. Lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh. Beautiful. What do we have now? Pashta. Good. Beautiful. Pashta. Beautiful. With the words? Good. Let's do that again. Latet et achotenu. Good. From the beginning of the pasuk. Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu. Good. What do we have now? Tipcha. Beautiful. How does that go? Tipcha. Do it again. Tipcha. Munach. Yeah. Yes. Yes, you're all right. You ready? Well, sort of. Tipcha. Munach. Et nachta. Do it again.
Tipcha. Munach. Et nachta.
Remember that munach is like a couple steps. Munach et nachta. It helps you get to the et nachta. Let's try it again. Tipcha munach et nachta. Good. Now with the words. Leish asher lo or la. So you see asher lo because it's two words with one trope. You have to smush them together. Asher lo or la. And we talked about why it's or la and not arla, right? Because it's a kamatz katan, right? Leish asher lo or la. Try it again. Leish asher lo or la. Beautiful. From the beginning of 14. Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu leish asher lo or la. Good. Let's finish it. How does it go?
Pasuk.
Good. How does that sound? Mercha tipcha so. Good. With the words? Ki cherpa hi lanu. Good. Do it again. Ki cherpa hi lanu. Now make sure you say he and not heave, because that vav there is imagine that it's a yud. It's just sometimes it's written that way, but it's pronounced he. Ki cherpa. I heard some people say cherfa. Remember that there's a dot in the pei, so it's a pei, not a fei. Ki cherpa hi lanu. Let's sing it again. Ki cherpa hi lanu. Good. Let's do that whole pasuk. Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu leish asher lo or la ki cherpa hi lanu. You want to try it on the left side? Just that verse?
Oh my goodness. Where does it
Let's
start?
try it. Where does it start? Vayomeru. Do you see Vayomeru alehem?
Yep.
All right. Does everyone see it?
Yep.
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu leish asher lo or la ki cherpa hi lanu. Now look at that he. It looks like who, right? It looks just like who, because there's no vowel. There's no chirik under the hey. So you just have to remember that it's he. But you guys did that beautifully.
Well, that's because we have voices with us who read Torah before.
Yeah, well, this is our first time doing it, so be gentle on ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it helps to start in a
I
group.
mean, we got people who've been up there singing.
You know, I hear each and every one of you, and I can hear that you're all doing it, okay?
Yeah.
So let's keep doing it. Let's actually, now you notice that we sewed together, right? Each little phrase in the pasuk, okay? Now let's sew together the first and the second pasukim, okay? I bet, well, let's try it with the vowels first. Okay, you ready?
Good idea.
Let's try it with the vowels first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vaya'anu v'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et Chamor aviv b'mirma vaydaberu asher timei et dina achotam Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu leish asher lo or la ki cherpa hi lanu. Very good.
I get a little confused. Asher lo or la.
Yep, asher lo or la.
Asher lo
Or la. Very good. You want to try it on the left side?
Mhm.
You guys sound fantastic. Let's try it. I'm going to try to not sing. See what happens.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm going to try. I'll just jump in if I feel like you need me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Vaya'anu v'nei Yaakov
et Shechem
ve'et Chamor aviv
b'mirma
vaydaberu asher timei et dina achotam vayomeru alehem lo nuchal לעשות הדבר הזה,
לתת את אחותנו
לאיש אשר לו
עולם כי חרפה.
Oh, hold on. Ki cherpa, you have to smush together. Ki cherpa hi lanu. Okay. So it's okay, but we'll just keep practicing. I did try to. It's good when I stay back a little bit because then I can hear what you truly know without using me as a crutch. But we just keep repeating it. Now, normally when I'm teaching someone how to learn a piece of Torah, if they haven't been doing it for a long time, we actually don't go back and forth, right side and left side. I used to teach that way, and then I just found like it's just not necessary. The reason why we're doing it now is because we're learning it slowly. You're not like going home with a recording and just learning it that way. I just wanted to show you that actually you do mostly know it on the left side. I pretty much, not perfectly, but that it's not that hard when you practice it and you learn it like a song, right?
I think that does help. Singing it helps.
Singing it helps. So what we can do, the way I often teach is we will perfect it usually on the right side, on the trope side. We perfect it and essentially memorize it, and then the kids, they think that they can't do it on the left side, and they just start doing it, and it turns out they know it. So this is very, very good. Does anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions with any particular words or tropes as they appear in those first two psukim? Okay, so we'll just keep practicing. Okay, so let's look at the next one. The next one, what do we have? Number 15. Tipcha. Good. How does that go? Wait, hold on. How does Tipcha go? Do it again. Good. Tipcha munach et nachta. Do it again. Good. Perfect. With the words. Good. Do it again. Beautiful. Now we have something that we're about to learn. We'll learn it in a second. But what do we have after it? We have munach, katon. How does that go? Munach. Yeah, so munach goes like this. Munach, katon. Try it again. Munach, katon. Once more. Munach, katon. Very, very good. And don't tell me it's not good because it is good. With the words. Tihiyu chamonu. Try it again. Tihiyu chamonu. Good. Make sure you say chamonu because there's no dot, right? Chamonu. Good. Tihiyu chamonu. Try it again. Tihiyu chamonu. Good. Good correction. Good. What do we have now? Very good. How does that go? Very good. With the words. Very good. Do it again just for fun. Once more, make sure everyone has it. Very good. So let's do from the beginning of 15. You ready? Ach bezot neot lachem. Now we'll skip that next word. Then tihiyu chamonu lehimol lachem kol zachar. Very good. Now let's actually take a break and learn some more trope because I want you to learn that yativ, that little thing. Right. So what do we have here we're just going to learn this just for fun, this one, even though it's not related just yet, or even at all in this particular reading. But you will see it eventually. They're pretty common. So this one is called Zakef Gadol. And so you see the line with the 2 dots. Okay? So it looks like a katon, but with a line over it. Okay? And it's fun. It goes, Zakef Gadol. Sorry, Sunday morning. Zakef Gadol. Let's try it again. Zakef Gadol. By yourself.
Zakef Gadol.
Yeah, Zakef Gadol. And by the way, if you don't get these things exactly note for note, that's not important. I mean, these things, everyone, I've learned trope maybe 5 different times from different people, and they were all a little different. And I lane differently than I teach, slightly differently. These are basic shapes. They're not, But let's try it again. You ready? Zakef Gadol. Very good. Gershayim. So that's Gershayim in modern Hebrew means quotation marks. Gershayim. Yeah. So that's what it looks like, right? And it goes like this. Gershayim. Gershayim. Very good. Again. Gershayim. So these two, sometimes they're hard to remember. And by the way, these tropes, if you're looking at different trope systems like Haftarah versus Torah, these are the ones I would always have to look up because I could never remember them. They're just they're the same basic shape, but they're slightly different, and it gets very confusing if you know different trope systems. So let's try Gershayim again. Gershayim. Zakef Gadol. Zakef Gadol. Let's try again. Zakef Gadol. Zakef Gadol. Gershayim. Gershayim. Feels good? Yeah? Yeah, and it's, it just takes practice. Okay, now we have this one that we skipped. So the one that we skipped, and the way we see it on Trope Trainer is it's like a little sideways triangle. It also sometimes looks like this, which is confusing, right? It looks like what? It looks like a mapach, right? But the difference, okay, I didn't do it justice in my drawing, but the difference is that a yativ is smaller, number one, and it is also, now remember, where are trope symbols placed on a word in general? On the accent, except some of them, right? What's an example of one that's not on the accent? Always in the same place on a word, regardless of the accent. Pashta, always at the end. Yativ, always at the beginning. In fact, it sort of hangs off the beginning of the word. So if you look at your yativ, okay, im, right here, you see it's not actually on the word. It's not actually under the word. It hangs off the beginning of the word. Okay, you all see that? So it's always placed that, regardless of where the word is. Elana, right? It's not on the it's still hanging off the very beginning of the word. Okay? So yativ, it's often or always, not sure, paired with munach katon, as it is right in our Torah reading. Isn't that interesting? And so it goes like this. Yativ munach katon. So try Yativ munach katon. Let's try it again. Yativ munach katon. By yourself.
Yativ munach katon.
Good. I've actually heard some people, when they read Torah, for a yativ, they just shout it. They'll go, Yativ munach katon. So some people, like Joel does that. He'd go like, im tihu. Yeah.
Email called it yatif.
Yatif with an F?
Yatif. No, like that. But
yatif.
But yatif. like a period. Your teeth. That's it. No singing.
Right, so that must be how he taught it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've noticed some people here do it that way.
Yeah.
Your teeth,
Yeah.
sort of like,
Yeah.
it was very abrupt.
Yeah.
Very abrupt.
Yeah.
They didn't sing.
Yeah.
So everyone's trope is a little different. As I said, I've learned it 5 different times
Yeah.
myself, and they've all sounded a little different.
Yeah.
And by the way, you could in this class, it makes more sense to do it the way. But when you're actually reading Torah, you can totally do it however you want, and you can say, "I like the yativ from Cantor Elana, I like the mapach
Well,
from
it's just one less thing to remember.
Yeah.
Your teeth is
Yeah.
much easier than
Yeah.
remembering
Yeah,
another
but you know
song.
what? This isn't really. It's not really sung. Yativ. It's the same basic shape.
Yeah.
You know, yativ. Like it basically sounds the same.
Right.
So that's why I say they're just shapes. Yeah. And everyone, it's an oral tradition. So everyone, when you play telephone, it comes out a different yativ. It comes out yativ. You know. So
Yeah.
or the opposite. So let's try it again. Ready? Yativ munach katon. Yativ katon. Yativ katon. Good. Just by yourself.
Yativ munach katon. Yativ katon.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So where do we have that? Verse 15.
Line 15.
Yep.
Yeah. Fourth word.
So we have the
That's it. Well, however you want to
im tiyu chamonu. Let's try it again. Sorry, I'm having trouble with my computer. All right. Im tiyu chamonu. Once more. Good. When you do the munach, if you can, just try munach. Try munach katon. Good. Now im tihiyu chamonu. Im tihiyu chamonu. Good. Now let's sew it into the verse. Okay. So we're on verse 15 from the beginning of 15. Ach bezot neot lachem. Im tihiyu chamonu lehimol lachem kol zachar. Good. Let's do it once more. Okay. Ach bezot neot lachem. Im tihiyu chamonu lehimol lachem. Good. And the words at the end, I heard a little confusion. The words at the end are lehimol lachem kol zachar. Lehimol lachem kol zachar. Sorry, lachem. Sorry. Yes. Lehimol lachem kol zachar. Good. Now, what should we do? We have 5 minutes left. Why don't we go from the beginning? Okay. Because, so we've done this. I just want to see what else we have, okay? We have special trope 2. We have these things, which are not in this Torah reading. So I'll teach them, but not today. We have this other one, Zarka Segol. And that's it. So we have 2 more pages of special trope. We'll learn them next week. They're not in here.
So we can do this whole thing now?
We
before
can
go
do this
home?
whole thing. Let's try it. You ready? Yes. So actually, okay, so let's review, and then let's try to go to the end, because I don't think we've done the end yet. Okay, from the beginning. Vaya'anu v'nei Yaakov et Shechem ve'et Chamor aviv b'nirmo vaydaberu asher timei et dina achotam. Good. Vayomeru alehem lo nuchal la'asot hadavar hazeh latet et achotenu leish asher lo orla ki cherpa Hold on, let's just go back to Le'ish asher lo orla. All right, let's make sure we do an etnachta there. Le'ish asher lo orla. Good. Ki cherpa hi lanu. Continue. Ach bezot neot lachem. Im tihiyu. Sorry, that was my fault. Let's do it from im. Im tihiyu chamonu lehimo lachem kol zachar. Now what do we have? Pashta what?
Twice.
Ah, well, in that case,
No,
it's,
the
why is
accent
it twice?
in the middle.
Yeah, because Pashta is always where?
Yeah.
Always at the end, always. So this is just trope trainer being super, super nice and saying, even though Pashta is at the end, you should know that the accent's not at the end, it's in the middle. All right? So we have V'natanu et benotenu lachem. Do it again. V'natanu et benotenu lachem. Good. What do we have now? Yes, we have tipcha et nachta ve'et benotechem. So you have to smush it together, right? Ve'et benotechem nikach lanu. Good. Let's do that again. Ve'et benotechem nikach lanu. Very good. From v'natanu. V'natanu et benotenu lachem. Ve'et benotechem nikach lanu. Good. What do we have now? Munach katon. Can we try it with the words? We are second line from the bottom, second full line from the bottom.
Yeah.
Third word.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I consider it third because I consider hyphenated as one. So munach katon, right? With the words V'yashavnu itechem. Again. Let's do it again. V'yashavnu itechem. Good. From the beginning of 16. V'natanu et benotenu lachem. Ve'et benotechem nikach lanu. V'yashavnu itechem. Good. What do we have now? Tipcha. Good. Tipcha merchasof pasuk with the words V'hayinu la'am echad. Good. Once more. V'hayinu la'am echad. Let's go from the beginning of 16. V'natanu et benotenu lachem. Ve'et benotechem nikach lanu. V'yashavnu itechem. V'hayinu le'am echad. Okay, now we are out of time. I don't want to keep you late, so we're going to save the last verse for next week. Please remind me. We did a good job, okay? So today, what did we do? Just quick recap. We reviewed all the trope from the beginning, right? What else did we do?
We learned Yati.
We learned Yati, very good. What else? What else did you learn? Zakef Gadol. And Gershayim. And Yetiv Munach Katon. Very good. What else did we do? I think those are all the new ones we learned. And we now know that we can go through this entire thing without knowing any more trope symbols. So now it's just up to us practicing and getting it into our muscle memory.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember Emil teaching us that Munach had
I gotta get to my next program.
It's just a different way of thinking about it.
It was just
So everyone, thank you so much. I give you so much credit for coming out in this weather. So thank you for coming out in this weather. I'm going to post this on YouTube as soon as I can. So you can review.
Listening to it. I feel bad. I'm going to be in New York when you're going to be doing this.
Oh, I
Help me
know.
with